Hello everyone, welcome back to our TLE 9 Cookery class. And our lesson for today, present a range of appetizers, the art of serving. Lesson 2, learning outcome number 3.1. And here are our learning objectives. Prepare a variety of appetizers, identify the fundamentals of plating appetizers, identify the accompaniments of appetizers, present appetizers attractively. Before we start, let me ask you this question. Why it is important to present food attractively? Anybody? Okay. Possible variations of appetizer are almost limitless. A well-planned menu may falter and fail if the presentation is not well done. The moment the food is presented to the diner, it can turn off the appetite if it is not properly arranged. An aesthetically pleasing plate can sharpen it. Appetizer can be more appreciated if presented attractively. Like the saying goes, plate up, the eye eats first. It means that a certain person is being amazed by the certain food, which it makes a person starstruck on the food. For me, that is the meaning of the phrase. Also, it is important to present food attractively because it attracts customers. Food presentation is the art of modifying, processing, arranging, or decorating food to enhance its aesthetic appeal. It is just as essential to the success of a dish as its taste and flavor. The way the food looks on the plate is what tempts our eyes and makes you want to taste it. It is just as true with food presentation and how the elements are arranged on the plate. So yes, food presentation is important. The visual presentation of foods is often considered by chefs at many different stages of food preparation, from the manner of tying or sewing meats, to the type of cut used in chopping and slicing meats or vegetables, to the style of mold used in poured dish. The food itself may be decorated as in elaborately iced cakes, topped with ornamental, sometimes sculptural consumables, drizzled with sauces, sprinkled with seeds, powders, or other toppings. It may be accompanied by edible or inedible garnishes. Let's move on to plate presentation. It is the process of offering the appetizer to guests in a stylish and pleasing manner. It requires skills, style, and creativity. With a little extra time spent plating, you can utilize the texture, color, and taste of the food to create a masterpiece on the plate. A story for your guests to read, first with their eyes and then with their mouths. Different kinds of sauce and garnishes add a different flavor and texture on the dish, making the entire food presentation not only visually pleasing but tastier as well. Whether you use food presentation, plate presentation, or plating, it is all the same as this improves the presentation of the dish and adds value to the dining experience. Always remember that selecting the right plate is very important. The art of plating is how to best present food so it is visually appealing when it is on a plate, about to be served to someone. Furthermore, food presentation is more general. It is how to make food look good both before it's served and when it's served. Our topic is Fundamentals of Plating. This lesson will provide you the knowledge, skills, and understanding in presenting range of appetizers. Begin with presenting foods on plates that come up with the right temperature. That means hot dishes on preheated plates and the cold dishes on chilled plates. the first fundamentals of plating is balance. The rules of good menu balance also apply to plating. Select foods and garnishes that offer variety and contrast. Color. Two or more colors on a plate are usually more interesting than one. Garnish is also important. Shapes. Plan for a variety of shapes and forms. Cutting vegetables into different shapes gives you great flexibility. Texture, not strictly visual consideration but important in plating in menu planning. Flavors, one of the factors to consider when balancing colors, shapes, and textures on the plate. Portion size. This is important for presentation as well as for costing. Match portion sizes and plates. Balance the portion sizes of the various items on the plate. As you can see in the picture, when it comes to portions, size matters. Too small a plate makes an overcrowded, jumbled, and messy appearance. Too large a plate makes the portions look skimpy. Apply logical balance of portions. Arrangement on the plate. When plating, always highlight the key ingredient. A perfectly plated dish can completely upgrade your meal. Amplify the flavors in your meal with careful arrangements on the plate. Food plating tips. Mastering the basics. Whether you're serving up fine cuisine or modest fare, it is important to make sure your food looks just as good as it tastes. Therefore, it's crucial for chefs to master the essentials of food plating. Learn these basic techniques, then use your creativity to conjure up attractive works of culinary art as you keep experimenting and working on your craft. In plating appetizers, you need to plan ahead. Make a sketch by dividing the tray into 6 or 8 sections. This will help you lay out a balanced and symmetrical design. This sketch should indicate the centerpiece, slices of foods and garnishes. The second, get movement into your design. Good design makes your eyes move across the platter following the lines you have set up. It could be arranged in rows or lines. Give the design a focal point. Use centerpiece to emphasize and strengthen the design by giving it direction and height. Note that centerpiece is not always in the center. Keep items in proportion. Make the garnish count. Use garnish to balance out a plate by providing additional element. 2 items on a plate often look unbalanced, but putting a garnish completes the picture. On the other hand, do not add unnecessary garnishes. Don't drown every plate in sauce or gravy. It may hide colors and shapes. You may cover a part of it or a band of sauce across the center. Always remember to keep it simple. Simplicity is more attractive than complicated designs. The last one, let the guest see the best side of everything. Angle overlapping slices and wedge-shaped pieces toward the customer, and the best side of each slice is face up. Here are the 5 basic elements of plating. Create a framework. Start with drawings and sketches to visualize the plate. Find inspiration from a picture or object. Assemble a practice plate to work on executing your vision. Keep it simple. Select one ingredient to focus on and use space to simplify the presentation. Clutter distracts from the main elements of your dish and might make it confusing for the diners to figure out what to focus on. Balance the dish. Play with colors, shapes, and textures to ensure diners are not overwhelmed. The presentation should never overpower flavor and function. Get the right portion size to ensure that there is the right amount of ingredients and that the plate complements the dish. Not too big or small. Strike the right proportion of protein, carbohydrates, and vegetables to create a nutritionally balanced meal. The last one, highlight the key ingredient. Ensure the main ingredient stands out, but also pay equal attention to other elements on the plate, such as garnishes, sauces, and even the plate itself. Basic food placement. The image shows a classical plating technique that uses the three basic food items of starch, vegetables, and main in a specific arrangement. A simple guide to classical plating is to think of the plate as the face of a clock. Using the clock analogy, this is how you should arrange individual food items. Main between 3 to 9 o'clock, starch between 9 to 12 o'clock, vegetables between 11 to 3 o'clock. Plating Asian dishes. Asian dishes are unique in look, style, and how they are eaten. Take note of these tips and plate your Asian dishes accordingly. Let us now discuss the accompaniments of appetizers. These are sometimes highly flavored seasonings of various kinds, the purpose of which is to improve its flavor or to counteract its richness or texture. There are dishes that come along with accompaniments. These accompaniments complement the main food and enrich its taste. It provides an aesthetic value to the main dish. The accompanying food or beverage itself can have a garnish of its own. Cold lobster is best served with mayonnaise sauce. Shrimp, best served with cayenne pepper, lemon wedges, hot breakfast toast. The fresh prawn, it is best served with brown bread and butter and mayonnaise sauce. Smoked salmon, best served with cayenne pepper, chili vinegar, Tabasco sauce, brown bread and butter. Gal's egg is best served with brown bread and butter and oriental salt. Tomato juice, it is best served with Worcestershire sauce. Hummus, hot breakfast toast. Avocado is best served with brown bread and butter. Grapefruit cocktail, it is best served with castor oil. Asparagus, hollandaise sauce if hot, vinaigrette if cold. Chilled melon, best served with ground ginger and castor oil. Sweet potato chips, best served with sweet chili ketchup. Roasted potatoes are best served with olive oil and Italian spices. Bruschetta are best served with diced tomatoes, roasted garlic, basil, parsley, garlic oil, and cheese. Stuffed shells are best served with cheese filling and marinara sauce. Chicken meatballs, it is best served with tomato cream sauce. Once again, this is Ella C. Valdez. Thank you for watching.